Again, and welcome to the next video on my request list. Now, this request was made by somebody who is a life path 4, so their main life purpose is to achieve the elements of the 4 energy. But their talent number, their biggest, most influential number in their toolbox, their expression number, which is your most influential abilities, is the energy of the 6. Now, thankfully for you, these two numbers are quite congruent. So there are many elements that are quite congruent and only one or two that may cause an issue at times. And it comes from the fact that, well, the similarities are that both these numbers are very much about peace, safety, stability, the home life, the family, the security, the safety and the stability. So where that's concerned, you as a life path 4 are going to find those elements. If you use your talent number 6, by the way, you've got to use it, will be easier for you. However, setting goals for business and career and getting out there in order to build career or business success will be a little bit more of a struggle for you because your talent in the 6 is very nurturing, homely and very, utopian, very vision of the ideal. And of course, the path of the 4, when you're going out into the world of work and career, the ideals that many 6s are good at having, the visions that they have, they're not really congruent with, the darkness that we see in this world. So there'll be elements of difficulty when it comes to getting out there and building your financial, your security to know that you've got the job and the energy and the money behind you to be safe, whatever happens. But when it comes to safety, stability, family and nurture, you're going to be much better than that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to look at exactly what you're here to do as a life path 4, what your talents are as a life path 6, and then we're going to break that 4 down into its elements, and look how the expression number 6 helps or sometimes hinders a little the energy of your life purpose, the main energy, which is your life path 4. So, as a life path 4, your areas of development, your things to achieve in this incarnation is you're here to learn to commit. First of all, because you've got to build foundations first. Before you can build anything strong, you need a foundation. So you need to learn to commit to the people and places that you need to commit to in order to put those initial strong, stable foundations in. You can't build anything without strong and stable foundations. And that means commitment to the people and places needed for you to start that process. And that's got to come first. It really has. You've got to dig those stable foundations so that you can start to build the outer and the inner security, safety and stability that you need to achieve your life path 4. That's knowing whatever happens, you've got the external resources and the internal resources to be okay. You'll be safe, you'll be stable and you'll be okay whatever happens. Because you can be a bit of a worrier thinking, oh no, what if the world ends? What if my house falls down? Because you're here to feel safe, stable and secure, you have issues with safety, stability and security. And that will repeat throughout your life and improve as you develop throughout your life and improve, hopefully, the energy of the 4, which is what you're here to do. So you need to start with a stable foundation as a 4. Now, none of this is going to be easy, remember. This is your challenges, your areas of development. So stable foundation, work hard, but in a balanced way, not so hard that you end up ill. Work consistently with, work-life balance. Set smart goals, that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely, to make sure that you're achieving these goals in a very specific and measurable way, in a very detailed and very accurate kind of way. That's the energy of the 4. They're very meticulous, they're very goal focused, and they like to create procedures and processes and to be organised, and sometimes painfully organised. But that's the energy of the 4, and that's what you're here to be. Then achieve the goals that you have set. meticulously with a process, a procedure, and it's going to be one step at a time, and you're not going to be one for missing steps. So it might not be fast. Don't expect your goal achievement to be fast, and don't be worried, oh, it's been this long and I still haven't. It's been that long and I still haven't. You're not meant to be doing this fast. Think of the tortoise and the hare. You're here to be the tortoise, to make sure to plod along, but to make sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, and everything in every area of whatever you're building, whether it's a home, a family, a business, a career, is strong, stable and secure in every way because you've been meticulous about it. That's the energy of the 4. It's that focus, that accuracy and that getting it right kind of energy. So you will bring the security you need from doing that, but it's not going to be easy for you because also, and finally, limitation and sometimes even personal limitation and victimhood can stop you from taking those steps you need to achieve your goals. So it's important that you as a 4 learn that life is a journey. Life is a journey of its experience, and the things that happen to us throughout our life, it's not something for us to use to hold us back. It's something for us to analyse, learn from and strengthen. So if you've had some difficulties with family members in the past or even other people that have made you feel a sense of I'm going to say victimhood and self-pity, and you've used that, if you're honest, as an excuse not to achieve your goals and not to move forward. I want you to start thinking of these experiences as learning experiences that were made to make you stronger, not hold you back. So many issues for you to achieve there as a 4 energy in the making in this lifetime, but you're already a 6, okay? You're already a visionary of the ideal, a dreamer, a manifester of the utopian ideal, which isn't always congruent with the world because the world is a mixture of light and dark, and you're here as a 4 to pay more attention to the external in order to feel safe and stable, and of course feel safe in your heart as well. I mean, you've got to feel safe in your heart first. But your talent in the 6 is more ideal. So sometimes there's going to be some issues where reality and your ideals, you're going to have to be realistic about it. Let's just say this, you know, you're a practical manifester of the utopian ideal. You're good at being the change that you want to see. You're full of acceptance of yourself and others because even though you are idealistic, you're really good at reconciling those ideals with reality and understanding that we're all on a journey towards that perfection, towards that ideal, and that none of us are there yet. Otherwise, we literally wouldn't be here. And that not only that, the utopian ideal is not going to teach us much. And this world is a school of experience. And you know that. You think, well, we're here to learn. We're here to develop towards being better. This is the ideal. But you're very pragmatic about your idealism. You understand that that's what you want, but you also understand that it's not always possible at our level of development. And that's a really good way to be because it means you strive to make the world a better place in your talent, but you also understand when sometimes that can't happen and sometimes the vulnerable don't get as supported and loved as they should be. And that includes not just humans, animals and any other beings on this world that are the more vulnerable in our society. So you're a very nurturing person, full of acceptance. You're a sensible advisor, a team player. You're great socially and you're a competent nurturer. You're like a talented mama or papa bear. You're good at building families. You're good at making environments safe and stable and peaceful. And you're very much a creative artist. A talented 6 is a singer, a musician, an artist. You know, anything in the creative arts really, draws in a 6. And you'll be talented at one or more of those creative arts. And you can use those creative arts to help you to nurture others, which then can help you nurture your family that will be part of your security of your life path 4. You see, it can all mix together. Excuse me while I have a little cough. So now we're going to break down that life path 4. So you're here to learn fundamentally, and this was the first thing I said when we opened this video, you're here as a 4 to learn to commit to a person or a place so that you can put down the roots and dig foundations for your personal security and the security of those around you. You can be uncommitted because you're here to be committed and therefore unable to even start to build the foundations because you haven't committed in any one area, so you can't build the foundations yet. And you can find even that element of building your security, like the foundations of it, very difficult. But your talent in the 6 energy makes you very homely by talent and comfortable. Like I said, you're a mama or a papa bear. You're already really good at creating that safe, stable, nurturing environment. The kind of person that, you know, makes the room look amazing and plays music in order to soothe everyone's heart. You just got the best beanbags in town, do you know what I mean? Everyone wants to hang at a 6's house. So you're really good at creating that environment that makes people feel stable and secure. You're a carer. You're a nurturer of others by talent, especially those that are less fortunate than you. So you really, as a talent, you commit easily to people, you know, to the people that you can nurture, and you commit to their well-being, especially those that are most vulnerable. And when I say others, I mean animals too. Many 6's, they're not just about making humans have a better life. They you know, some are more focused on the most vulnerable in this world, and it's our poor animals that are very oppressed by humanity that thinks that they're allowed to oppress the innocent in this world. 6's will be very much a person that will want to help oppressed or, you know, humans or animals that really don't have what they need in life, you know. So you naturally find security and safety in having a home. So you're likely to commit to a home and family because that's what makes you feel homely, and you're good at it. You're a mama or a papa bear, remember. So you can build that safety of a home and family and community to nurture and assisting you with your life path 4, which is all about committing those roots to the people and the places that you need to start building your inner and outer security as a life path 4. And to do that, you've got to think, what makes me feel safe, stable and secure? Likely it's, you know, it's a good job, money in the bank, a home, a roof over your head, that feeling that whatever happens, I'm going to be okay. I mean, and that's got to come first, you know. It's that feeling that, you know what, I don't have to run myself into the ground. Whatever happens, I'll be resourceful enough to be okay. So I don't have to be worried about my safety and stability and security. But you're a 4, so you're going to worry about it a little bit. So to do that, you're going to be thinking, what do I want to achieve in my career so that I've got the money I need? What do I want to achieve at home? What house do I want to feel safe and stable? That means you need to have goals and targets, and you're here to set those goals and targets. And I mean quite meticulously. And remember, you're not going to find any of this easy. You need to set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely goals to take you on your journey towards, first of all, the inner feeling that you're going to be okay, alongside the outer stability and security of work, money, home, stability and family. You know, that's what safety is for many people, but it might be different for you as a 4. So always start with, what is safety and stability and security for you personally? Foundations, structures, families, businesses, careers, empires, they're all built. One goal, one lot of targets that you reach meticulously, or reach one goal, one target at a time. And that's what you're here to do as a 4. Plod along, achieving, not at any particular speed, but plod along with the meticulous accuracy and sometimes slow moving pace to make sure everything is safe, stable and secure, that every bit of cement is between those bricks, that every nail is strong in those planks of wood to make sure there's no weaknesses, no gaps. And I mean metaphorically as well as physically in the world. Make sure everything is right. That is the painstaking way that you're here to develop as a 4. Your talent in the 6 energy means that you're a natural at achieving lots of goals or getting results in your career and business. should I say, not a natural. I had to read that again because I thought that's not right. I missed out a word. Your talent in the sixth energy means you're not really, you're more about home, family and security. It's less about going out into the world and making money or feeling safe, getting the money in. You're more about nurturing the family and the community, really. That's where your focus of your talent is. Those less fortunate, the family, the community, your goals are more related to your safe, secure home, your family and your community more than the outside world and the mode of work. To be honest, you're really good at protecting those that you love and those that you know and those that need it most from the harsh realities that are in the outside world, and helping people to manage those harsh realities. That's where the talent of the six really lays. So to help you move towards that energy of the four, start looking outside yourself towards the goal and the job, setting goals relating to business that you'd like to build, or a career that you would like to build, as well as goals for nurturing others and your family and security. Because remember, it's not just about the career. Your security is the whole ball of wax, including the people that are around you. But remember, you're going to find that easier. So where your focus might need to be is in setting those goals and actually achieving in the outside world, so that you can have that career and that money that makes you feel safe. That helps you know that whatever happens, you're going to have the resources outwardly and inwardly to be okay. So setting and achieving meticulous goals is important. And the sixth energy is quite practical. So there's not going to be really one. They're less about writing detailed targets down, and then, they're very more practical than that. So the setting of the meticulous goals and doing it meticulously step by step might be something that a six is good at doing, but they might alter it around a bit, and it might not be written as accurately or done as accurately as a talented four may do. So set them goals relating to your career and business. It's not just about your home and family. It's about connecting with the outside world and bringing in the resources that you need as well to be safe, stable and secure. You need to learn to plan, create a process or a procedure. Now, processes and procedures ensures that things are done safely and stably and securely. You know what's going to happen. And if people follow those procedures and those plans and those rules towards the achievement of any goal, that it's going to be done properly. But because you're here to do that, you can be really scattered, really disorganized, directionless, lazy, and almost block your own progression with limitation or your own emotional limitations that we're going to talk about in a moment. So learning to really get into the nitty gritty, break down ideas into their constituent parts. Anyway, you know what I mean. And then creating a process, a procedure, a running order, a flowchart even, where you go from each job to another and everyone knows what they're doing safely and nothing is left out and everything is accurate. That's the energy of the four. But of course, at your worst, you can be totally the opposite of that, directionless, lazy, and not have a clue what you're doing or where you want to go to. So again, it's a journey towards being more of a planner and more of a procedure, more knowing what's going to happen and controlling what happens in order to keep it safe, stable and secure. Your talent in the sixth energy makes you an excellent planner. You love to make sure that things are going to be okay, take the medicine for the kids, take extra cushions in case anyone needs it. You're very much a planner to nurture as a six. It's a talent that you'll have and a talent you'll always have. And sometimes you have to stop yourself from doing too much and let other people look after themselves a bit, but it's just something you're good at. So you do it when you feel appropriate and you've got good boundaries around it, so it's fine. You're good at planning. You plan for and negate for any potential problems. You're the one going to be bringing the plasters and the bandages and the extra water and the oil in case something happens to the car, and the numbers that you'll need to call if you break down, blah, blah, blah. All the little safety procedures that are for, it's great to develop your fourness, is something that your six can bring to this energy. And it all supports your life path 4. The more you're planning for contingencies and making sure everything is okay. Some people might go, oh, for goodness sake, look at all the stuff you've got, or look at all this planning. Don't let them stop you. At the end of the day, you're here to do exactly what you're doing. So you develop your deep, meticulous focus. And remember, you can be directionless on achieving the stability like a family, home, business, income, home, security, and focus on it. Now, because you're here to be meticulously focused, guess what? You can be quite scattered. So your talent in the 6 energy means that you can focus when needed. The talent is there within you when you use it. And you can work skillfully, very practically for a 6 though. 6s are very practical. They like to be the change that they want to see rather than just sit around thinking about it. They'll do planning, obviously, they're planning for contingencies, but they like to focus and they like to keep on it to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and that you work skillfully towards knowing what's going to happen and feeling safe, stable and peaceful. That's the energy of the 6. They're good at that. So support on your life path 4 by exercising your maybe a deeper, meticulous focus than you're used to, because the 4 focuses more than the 6. The 6 can do it, but they do it more as a practical. So you might need to be a little bit more thinking and more mental planning rather than just acting. But you can probably mix the two, to be honest. So exercising that deep, meticulous focus, having that list, ticking it off physically and practically, looking it in the bag, getting it all ready. That's how the 6 likes to do things. Focus on building whatever it is you need to do, making the plans you need to make in order to have that safe journey, safe experience, safe home, safe career, safe path. It's all about feeling safe, stable and secure, and helping your friends, family and security to feel that safety, stability and security as much as you do. You're here to be, as I've already said, quite detail orientated, to the point where people go, oh, what? You're not still asking, you're not still nitpicking. But you know what? Sometimes you've got to nitpick, as much as it can be annoying, especially for the more dynamic and creative and the less thoughtful driven people among us might find your detail orientation difficult. But this is what you're here to develop towards. You're here to be detail orientated, analytical, organised, accurate, and ensure your plans and processes are watertight. And you're not going to find this easy. You're really not going to find this easy. You can actually find yourself at times being more disorganised and finding that you often miss steps in the plan. Even though you're good at planning, sometimes that meticulous focus that is needed for the 4 can waver a little. Your talent in the 6 energy means that you can be detail orientated. To be honest, you can be so detail orientated and perfectionistic that you can nitpick. And as a 4, you're here to make sure things are detailed, focused and accurate. The 6 can actually exacerbate that. And sometimes you might overwork yourself and go into the detail a little bit too much. So ensure that you're balancing how deeply you go into the detail of things and how much time you're spending stressing about sometimes what some would call the petty detail. Make sure that whatever you're stressing about, that you can deal with, and that it's important enough for you to stay stuck there, because you can't stay stuck there forever. You need to try and keep moving, as well as making sure everything is accurate. And it's having a balance of the two, because you're a perfectionist. You can get too stuck in the analysing the petty detail of everything. And is it perfect? Is it not? Is it right? Is it not? Let me start again kind of energy. And it can cause you to work way too hard. And the 4 already has a tendency for workaholism. So make sure you're not pushing yourself too hard on the really small elements of detail, or worrying too much about the tiny elements of detail. It's called sweating the small stuff. Be careful that it's not derogatory for you, and that if you are worried about something, that it's something you can do about it, and it's not that you're over worrying about nothing. You know what I mean? So use that detail orientation you have. It's useful for your life path, and the organization skills that you have, and the way you can do contingency plans, all useful to help you to work accurately, even more accurately, to support you as a life path 4. So don't let anybody stop you from making sure things are right. It's what you're here to do. You're here to develop a balanced work ethic, to work hard but in a balanced way, to even have enjoyment of routine work and tasks, which can sometimes be difficult for a 4, but that's what you're here to achieve. So you can be really lazy, directionless, stuck in one place, have no progression at all, because this is a big lesson for you in this lifetime. But looking at your talent in the 6 energy, it means that you do have a healthy work ethic. It's often based on the home and community, but you do work hard for other people, and you're good at completing routine tasks, because that's what helps you keep your environment and the environment for everyone else peaceful, clean, safe, stable. You know, remember I said everyone wants to hang at an expression 6's place. You work especially hard to help and nurture others, and in fact sometimes you can do too much, but you do have those boundaries in place, and you have to keep those in mind. Even though you know how to have those boundaries, sometimes we overstep them even though we know we shouldn't. So you often do too much. You can burn yourself out and meddle too much in other people's affairs, and what with the work too hard tendencies of the 4, either work not at all or work too hard, you can end up, you know, doing way too much in the world, and not having a rest, and exhausting yourself, and basically running other people's lives for them when that isn't helpful for them at all. So support your life path 4 by developing a balanced work ethic, knowing when to stop. For all the tasks and the self-care and the care of others, you need boundaries for your own well-being. That's important. So not working too hard, and making sure that you're not meddling in other people's lives too much. That's really important. So take your rest and take your work-life balance. It's really important. 4s can be quite impatient, and they can give up quite quickly because they're here to achieve their goals. They can give up quite easily. You know, they're having a life path 4 isn't easy. You know, you have to walk this path, achieve these goals, and you have to be patient and, you know, keep being determined and persevering throughout these goals, because it can be quite a hard journey. But 4s can fall off and go, oh, too much, it's too hard, it's not moving fast enough, or there's too much limitation, you know, and they don't end up staying patient and persevering on each step of the process towards their goals and their foundation. The impatience and the wanting it now and missing steps in the hope you can move it a bit faster can actually be counterproductive for you. Patience and perseverance, determinations, meticulous is all important, and you've really got to have the self-discipline to stay in that frame of mind. Even if it upsets others, who cares? Your talent in the 6th energy means that you're patient and determined as a talented 6, because you're patient with the people around you, the mama and the papa bear. You need patience, and you're very much the sort of person, like I said, that wants to be the change you want to see. So you're happy to look at the process and how you do things, and act in a way which actually helps the change that you want to see in this world to be achieved, you know, by hook or by crook. When you set goals, you persevere to achieve them. They're mostly home and family, less about career and job, but you can be impatient, underconfident at times, even with yourself and others, especially if your perfectionism or your ideals are not reached. Like I said, you're good at reconciling them, but sometimes you can feel that twang of, oh, when it hasn't gone quite how you want it to. That perfectionism is always trying to rear its head above the surface. So support your life path 4 by learning to patiently achieve, persevere, Walk every step of your goals like the tortoise. Doesn't have to be fast as long as it's done right, without getting stuck in your perfectionism or unable to move forward. Keep plodding ahead. You've got this. Just do it carefully, safely, securely, and accurately, and it will be good. And don't worry about how fast it's happening or not happening. Now, another thing, apart from not setting goals or being directionless, that can stop you setting goals and moving forward and feeling safer and more stable is, like I said earlier, limitation can hold you back. Fours are very good at going, oh, something's gone wrong. It must mean I shouldn't do it. I'm going to give up now. And they just give up and walk away and go and hide under a rock. And it's the external limitation that is imposed on them. And sometimes it's their own internal barriers that are creating limitation within them and making them want to give up and not go try and work through the limitation, but to actually just give up and walk away. And that's not going to help you achieve your goals as a 4. And that's what you might have a tendency towards. So your talent in the 6 energy means that you can find limitation difficult, especially if it restricts your ability to achieve your ideals in this world. You know, you reconcile your ideals, but that doesn't mean that you don't want and expect and feel good at developing towards those ideals. You know, you want to try, at least even bit by bit, to make things more congruent with your ideals, to improve things. And sometimes that limitation that restricts your ability to help others or improve lives or bring the elements of the utopia that you want can be quite frustrating, but you're quite good at reconciling it and finding another way forward and dealing with the issue. But it can be quite downturning at times. Your potential struggles with low confidence may make you limit yourself at times and make you think that you can't do it. And that's ego management, a go-go, and not allowing that voice within you to take control. Take that ego voice, separate it from you, make it look silly, dress it in silly clothes. And every time you get that negative voice within, picture that, whatever that entity is that looks hilarious, and push it away from you and give it the disdain that you should. And don't listen to it or take what it says in hand. It's your ego voice trying to protect you, really. But often this protection can be quite sabotaging if you allow it. So you need a balance between self-protection and not allowing your ego to stop you moving forward and lowering your confidence and telling you you're not enough or you're not good enough, because that's rubbish. That's just the ego voice lying to you. They're throwing down the gauntlet and saying, can you get through this? Can you take what I'm saying and not allow me to stop you? But often, unfortunately, this ego voice becomes the main voice in people's minds, and it often stops them from taking many actions in life. But anyway, support your life path 4 by reconciling your ideals. You're already good at that. With practical reality and accepting that limitation is there to protect you and those around you, and you can still do things despite limitation. Limitation isn't there to stop you, it's there to teach you and help you to find another way around, or help you to get past that limitation by following whatever procedures and the rules that you have to follow. Don't let limitation stop you. It is really important, and you can be like that as a 4. Now, also what can stop you is victimhood. So 4s often go through difficult relationships at home, especially when they're younger, and it's often a father, sometimes a mother, or a brother and sister, but it's often the father, but not in every situation. It's definitely something that's happened in childhood that gives you a bit of a victimhood that sometimes can be used as an excuse for you to do nothing, for it to hold you back. And it's important that you get past that. And it's remembering that all experience is a lesson, and it's not there to bring you down and stop you. It's there to strengthen you and help you to move forward stronger and evolve and develop as a soul. Once you have that mentality, more than the oh my god mentality, I must give up, or maybe it's because what happened to me as a child, or I feel so hurt, it's not about allowing that to stop you. But your talent in the 6 energy means that you're very sensible and responsible, very much the advisor of the group. Everybody goes to a 6 for sensible advice and a sensible response. And they're sensible enough to think and work through relationship issues and understand things if they want to. 6s aren't judges. They're very non-judgmental, and they realise, like I said, that we're all perfectly imperfect, works in progress, that we all make mistakes and we're here to learn from those mistakes. So, you know, there is an element of you wanting people to learn by their mistakes, and sometimes it can be frustrating because it can take you or others quite a few times making the same darn mistake, repeating the same issues in your life until that lesson is learnt, and those issues will keep repeating in your life until that soul lesson is learned. You're very emotional and you feel pain strongly, which can affect your tendency for victimhood. So try and keep a handle on that, and support your life path 4 by working through past issues and thinking, what was the lessons that I needed to learn from those situations? Where could I have been, at least in part, you know, responsible? How did I let this person do this? Or how did I provoke this person to do this or this situation to happen? And it's not so that you can pull yourself down. It's so that you can learn and develop and see it as a learning curve, not as something that can bring you down. Learn from experience and move on stronger. That is really important. You're prone to choosing social isolation. 4s can be very much about working alone, and sometimes they like to be around people they already know, people they already feel safe with. And at times, especially when they're feeling low, they can actually isolate themselves far too much from the outside world. However, you're a talented 6. You're good in social groups. You're very talented in teams. You're good with people. You're a great talented team player. So when you are around others, you're very talented at being around others. So support your life path 4 by ensuring that you socialise regularly, even if it's only with family and familiar like-minded friends. It's important that you don't isolate yourself beyond what is healthy. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Please like and subscribe if you want to hear more, and, you know, click that bell icon because I'm always uploading new videos. And, you know, especially if you request a video, the alarm will tell you as each video is posted, so you'll know when your request video has been posted. If you'd like a reading from me, then email me at katie@soulexplorer.net. I've got some courses on Udemy if you'd like to learn about numerology, and as I'm about to tell you in a minute, some really detailed books on Amazon. But whatever I say, you know, you've got to trust the soul within you, and, you know, if what someone says doesn't feel right to you, then you're right. Your intuition should always come first. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to my video today, and just before I go, I just want to let you know some exciting news. My beginner book, Remember Your Life Plan, has just been released on Amazon, and this gives you a basic grounding in numerology. It's for beginners and people that are just starting out, and it's good for you to read this before you read my other books. So Remember Your Life Plan is for beginners, really. Gives you a grounding in numerology, and it's sort of the level where people would do my Foundations of Numerology Practitioner on Udemy. So that is my first beginner book, and it's just for newbies. This one is for people that are more intermediate. It provides a deeper analysis of the lessons and challenges of your life path and birthday energies, a concise list of your priority and secondary life path tasks, and it gives you a deeper understanding, and it's longer and more detailed analysis for potential numerology readers. And then Remember Your Talents, again, it's an intermediate level course, and it provides an analysis of the lessons of your life path with your talent number, with your expression number. So it shows how good you're going to be at achieving the lessons of your life path and birthday number. Again, a lesson by lesson comparison of your talents events to see how easy or difficult each task in your life purpose will be. And again, it's longer and more detailed, and it's more for numerology readers that have a good grounding. And if you have a good grounding, you might want to take my Master Practitioner for Readers on numerology if you prefer audio visual or you'd like to do both. Remember, Your Motivations is due out soon. I'm working frantically to try and get this third intermediate book of the trilogy out there for you, and I hope to do that soon. So and don't forget, if you want a reading from me one-to-one over Zoom, just send me an email. You might want an ongoing one-to-one service, in which case you might want to join my channel on YouTube. And if you live in the UK or you're visiting soon, I do shows all over Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire and Berkshire sometimes, with Dear Spirit events. So come to one of our events for a personal reading, or just say hello and purchase one of my books. It's completely up to you. So these are my 3 books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today. And get looking on Amazon, because I tell you what, to find them quickly, put my name in, Katie Ewers, KATIEYOUERS, and then my books come up straight away for you to have a look at. So I hope you enjoy my books, and I hope you've enjoyed my video today. See you soon.